Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome Gemini into your reading. Sun Moon Rising Gemini energy from the 5th of September until the next 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, now this is a general reading, please bear that in mind. So, whatever resonates with you is for you, and whatever doesn't, don't force yourself into this reading, guys. Okay, so take the energies, take the guidance from this reading. We'll call upon our divine guide, angel ancestors, spirit guide, and my divine source into this reading for you, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising with Venus and Jupiter in your individual planetary positions. Okay, let's see here for you, Gemini. We'll see the Seven of Pentacles. So there is a turning point that is definitely showing up in your case in here, in the tangible world, in the real world. Okay, something that you are working on. That could be with your money, with your love, with your emotion, with your career, personal, professional, anything. There is a turning point in your life. Okay, something new, something that you are wanting to invest in without worrying about it in the future. That is the energy. So, whatever that you are doing right now, it should be giving you your fruit of success without any kind of worry for your future days. So the Seven of Pentacles for me is that energy that talks about a situation that you are looking at for your own happiness. Okay, because you get the Wheel of Fortune and then you get the Hermit energy. Okay. A lot of people are getting the Hermit energy because we are in the Virgo season. So there is a lot of a situation in life that people have not been able to pick up on before, but they are doing it now because of that season, right? Because of this influence of this energy of the Virgo season. Let's see what more energies we get in here as messages for you, Gemini. Let's see here. You could be going through a period of lot of worries in your mental energy, but there is something that you are planning on for your future happiness, where you can be in a place of happy, feeling happy, being in peace, being in contentment with yourself, right? Some kind of a planning for the future, course in action, because in the middle of your reading, this is the Six of Swords. So there is a transition waiting to happen. This transition is showing up here, which means that there is some kind of a situation that you are working on for yourself, Gemini, something that will make you happy going forward in your future days, for sure. Yeah, the Emperor, the Queen of Pentacles, okay. So you could be in a commitment with somebody, Gemini. Could be a marriage, could be a commitment that you have with somebody in your life. And to me, it looks like you don't want to be in that commitment for too long, whatever that commitment is for you in the material world, more so. Because somewhere you could also be a father figure. There could be kids involved here for you as well, for some of you. The Magician, okay. But you might not be feeling very comfortable in that situation with somebody that you have a commitment with, Gemini. And the Page of Swords. Okay. That's your energy, guys. You have the Ten of Swords at the bottom. Oh, wow. Okay. So there is an end, a very brutal end to some situation in your life that you have been committed to or with. It could be personal, it also could be professional for some of you, right? But this is where there is an end, because the Ten of Swords talks about the end of that situation, right? That you're kind of letting it go because there has been too much of pain that you cannot take it anymore. Because you have reached the bottom, the pit, you know what they say with the Ten of Swords, is that there is no 11th sword. So whatever that pain has been, you have reached the bottom. You can go down deeper than the Ten of Swords. So which is what is the absolution. You have to let it go. Because this is a brutal end. There has to be a brutal end to all the pain and suffering that you have been going through for whatever amount of time. Right? Where you are like totally in pain in every respect. There is so much of mental pain that you are finding it difficult to even get up and move around, do your normal chores for some of you, right? There is so much of pain. So it is a lot of suffering. It is a lot of suffering in yourself, Gemini. And this is with your mental energy. When you're feeling very, 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 energetically low, vibrationally low, in every respect. Like you don't even feel like getting up and doing anything for yourself. Like that kind of pain has taken over for you in this part. And this is your energy here. So you are obviously in a lot of pain. And this is a pain that has been there for a very long time. The Ten of Swords is not a pain that has evolved recently or in one day. It is a pain that has evolved over many years, right? Or many, whatever amount of time. But this is not a one-day activity where you feel like that, right? When you feel like that. Like the 10 sword is right on your back. Logically speaking, you are in so much of suffering that you don't even want to talk, to do anything. You have no energy to really do anything. That the whole body is in pain because you're mentally suffering so much. There is so much of suffering, right? Which is where the strength card shows up, right? Which is where you need a lot of strength, guys. You need a lot of strength to bring yourself back in shape and form. You definitely need a lot of strength to bring yourself in shape and form because you have been fighting that strength for a long time. You did not have that strength, but you have been very resilient in yourself. You have also been very stubborn, not giving up on a situation. And you have been doing that constantly. you have been holding on and you have been holding on, but you haven't let that pain pull you down. But today you're coming to the point where this pain is pulling you down, Gemini. It's pulling you down. You can no longer hold on to your resilience anymore. You can no longer tell yourself that it's okay. Things will be okay. I'll just give it more time. It's a matter of time, and I'm being very stubborn that I won't let it go. Whatever that situation, professionally, personally, in your life has been. And you have been fighting with that. You have been fighting with that for a long time until you can no longer fight this. So now, on the contrary, you will require a lot of strength to come out of this situation for yourself, Gemini. You will need a lot of strength to come out of this situation because this is way too much. You have reached the bottom, the pit. Okay, so you start off your reading with the Wheel of Fortune, which is a very, very nice energy. So because of this, you're letting things go. Whatever that you have not been able to do, when you have been fighting and holding on, being very resilient, telling yourself that it's okay, being very stubborn, oh, I won't give up on that situation. It's okay. It's going to be okay one day. But this is where this is done. It's a surrender of that situation for you. Because like I said, you can no longer take this in yourself. And you need a new beginning. You need a new cycle of life. A new beginning towards your abundance in your life. So that is what you are working towards, because this is a new beginning, a new chapter that is about to open up, or for some it has already opened up. It doesn't matter, right? It could be within a day or two when this new chapter, when this new wheel starts to work for you, which is a new destiny, a new cycle, right? Because this is like the death and birth for you. This is the death of an old cycle for you. So when there is a death of an old cycle, there has to be the beginning or the birth of a new cycle, right? So within this time frame, this is the birth of a new cycle in your life that you know about as the hermit, right? You know about it, and that is what you're planning, you're working on. You're being enlightened about the situation because, like I said, that birth and death happens together. When one ends, the other opens for everybody. So in your case, it is the same situation. When one is ending, the other is going to open. And this is what you are coming to terms with in your life, in yourself, in your solitude, right? You have withdrawn yourself from a lot of things, that was causing this pain for you. Because you have figured out that if you don't let that go, if you don't end the old chapter, you will never be able to begin the new cycle in your life. And you need to begin that cycle. So for you to begin that cycle and take decisions on now what you have to do in your life towards the new cycle, you need some quiet time, right? You need to work on yourself. You need to think clearly. You need to understand what are the problems you still have in your life and how and in which direction would you head once you're out of this old cycle. So you have started to work on the new cycle in here, Gemini. Personally, professionally, it doesn't matter, but you have started to work because some of you guys also, like you all are actually going, metamorphically speaking, you're actually going through a cycle of death and rebirth with a wheel. Because it's a destiny, it's a change. And it's not, a change is never an easy change, but change is the only constant factor in our life. right? When we buy something, say a home, a car, we feel that that car or that home will be with us forever. But no, change is the constant factor, and change is the constant factor not from the 3D, it's from the 5D, it's the universe. They don't let you keep things forever. Even human beings, your parents, your sisters, your brothers, your children, they are never with you forever. At one point, you will be alone, right? At one point, the children will have their own life, they will go away, your parents will pass away, your siblings will grow old, whatever the changes. So nobody is with each other forever in their life. At one point, you have to be alone. That is the change. That is the cycle of change. We cross from one phase of our life to the other without us wanting it. Nobody wants the change, nobody likes the change, but change is constant, right? And this is where you are working with that change. You're learning to understand that this change will happen irrespective of whether you want it or you don't want it. And you have no control on that. Let me tell you that. You have no control on your change, on this change. So you have to trust and believe that the change that you are working with or is coming to you will be for your betterment. Because you have no control. You cannot see that far. None of us can. Right? We don't have that the vision. We can only see till a certain point. After that, we don't have that 2020 vision anymore. So when that doesn't happen, when you don't have that vision, what can you do? The only thing you can do is to rely on your faith and trust and believe that whatever is happening is beyond your control. You don't have a control on that, and you have to trust that this change is only going to do you better, because then you have the Three of Swords in the reverse. So there is a lot of issues that you had with your third party situation. This could be again personal or professional. People who have given you a lot of trouble, right? And this is the time to heal. You have turned your back from the situation because you are learning to trust your new cycle. You don't want this old cycle, Gemini. You don't want those old people, the old group, the old community, the old third party to come in and put more pressure on your life or give you more trouble. So you have turned your back. You're more focused on the new cycle of your life. You're not paying attention here at all. You have kind of healed from that situation. You have let it go. You're like, okay, I don't care. It's okay. Whatever you have done, it's gone from me. I have learned to accept that I had these kind of situations in my life. I have learned to accept that I need to heal from that situation, from those kind of external, internal, extended party, extended family, friends, relatives, whoever it is. Right? For some, it could be even children, spouse, anybody who, the third party can be anyone, right? The third party can be a group of people who had been around you and who had given you a lot of trouble. And you have accepted that healing is required for yourself. So you have withdrawn from that. You have come out of that situation. And you're not now trusting yourself to believe that whatever the future is bringing forward towards you will be for your own betterment. Will be for your own betterment, right? Because this is where there was a connection here with this third party situation. There was a kind of commitment that you had with those people, whoever those people have been for you in your life, Gemini. There was a connection there, which was that connection that you were finding it very difficult to leave. To leave. because of this commitment you had, right? And it was against, and that's when you were very rigid. You were being very rigid. You were not accepting the change of the cycle. So that is when they are telling you, let that go. Accept the change of your own status quo, right? Because if you be very rigid with your principles and with your doctrines, that no, those are the people you have known for years, or those are the people you have lived with, you have grown up with, you can't leave them. It's against your principle, it's against your tradition. You will not be able to move because you become very rigid in yourself. So your wisdom is breaking off the grounds of rigidity now, right? You're learning to become wise. You're learning to tell yourself that you can hold on to the situation because there is a cycle that is changing in your life, which means there is also the cycle of your status quo that is changing. So if you have been married, some of you guys could be separating. If you have not been married, some of you guys could be getting into a commitment, whatever that situation. But there is a change of that cycle that is changing your own status quo and understanding of wisdom in your life. That whatever that painful situation of the Three of Swords had been, you need to get out of that, because if you keep delving into that situation, you will never be able to heal. And you need to heal, you need to get rid of that rigidity in yourself. You have to learn to be more flexible in yourself, Gemini, and you have to learn to be wise, right? Wisdom is required, and that is where all of a sudden that wisdom is floating back into your life. As you are discovering, some of you guys could be even going through some kind of religious or spiritual lessons of learning. And as you are learning, as you are developing, your mind is broadening up. Your mind is opening up. You're getting and acquiring more knowledge of wisdom, where you are finding that path towards your own cycle. Because that's where you are in contact with your own understanding of your own spirituality. That you have actually no control over situations. Your past, you had no control. Your present, you have no control. Your future, you have no control. Right? So that is the kind of understanding from this kind of situation. Like I said, a spiritual learning, a mentor, anybody who is in your life, who is giving you lessons, that information that is coming to you is giving you back your wisdom, is making you more wise, is making you more spiritual in your understanding that, you know, where you're finding your own fault and you're kind of rectifying that situation, which in turn is allowing this transition for your future to happen, right? Because you are discovering that it is easy for you to move. Earlier, you could have been very rigid about your own situation. No, I can't move. I can't do this. I cannot travel. If I travel, if I move, if I leave a situation, then others are going to suffer. Being very rigid. Because somewhere that commitment that you like explained, that some kind of a commitment you had was against the principle of your wisdom in telling you that no, it's not good to be selfish. It's not good to think only of yourself. It's not good to think that only you can move out, leaving the rest of the people behind. You know, that kind of things that we have, the guilt conscience, right? But with this mentor, with the learning, with the discipline, with that format of understanding that traditions doesn't mean that you have to keep suffering in pain. Tradition doesn't tell you that, oh, you are committed to something, but even if that commitment doesn't work out for you, you still hold on and keep suffering in pain. No. No religious doctrines ever tell you that. It is our understanding that we have kind of reformulated the doctrine in ourselves as human beings to say that, okay, something is not happening, so be it, but I'll still keep sitting there and suffer because I have committed to somebody. Or there is some kind of commitment, could be professional, could be personal, but where I have not been happy and it has only been giving me a lot of pain in my life, where everyday problems are becoming massive, and I don't need those problems. I need to get out of that problem. Because every day there is some problems, some issues, some, dilemma that I'm having to deal with, and I don't need that. So you're discovering your road towards your peace now. And you want that, and it's a future goal, it's a future planning that you are thinking about as you move forward, as you're moving forward in your logical self to see where and how you can go in order to bring back peace in your life, leaving all the trouble and the everyday problems you're having behind, with which you are understanding that no commitment in the world tells you to sit in that place of grief and feel this sense of disappointment, sorrow, anything. Being very under depression, being in that depressive energy. It can be anything for anybody. Right? And that is when the emperor, as the emperor, you're taking your decision in here. You're taking your decision. You're bossing up on your own terms. You're really bossing up on your own terms, Gemini. Right? Because you could be a father figure. You could be somebody who has children, right? And you could have found it very difficult to part ways with them because somewhere you were feeling responsible towards that situation for you, for yourself. For some, you could have been married. You were feeling responsible that you couldn't leave that situation. It can be anything for anyone. But here it is, you're bossing up to tell yourself that I don't need that pain. I don't need that pain. Whatever that commitment is, or wherever I had been, I'm going to take my power back from that situation and move out. And this is a planning that you have started to work on. You have started to work on some kind of future course of direction in your life, because you are becoming wise in order to understand that no commitment is good enough for you to stay in a place which causes you so much of misery and pain. You don't need that in your life. No commitment in life is worth it, professional or personal. If you are in a job situation where your co-workers have been giving you issues. For example, you haven't been able to leave that job because of this situation, right? Because you were scared to move or relocate or to find another job. So you kept working in that same place, delving into the same pain every day. Like it was difficult for you to wake up in the morning and drag yourself out of the bed to go and work. That kind of a situation, right? So this is where that commitment was towards your profession for some, where you were finding it difficult to leave that commitment because of money, because of situations in your life, right? So you were sticking on with that commitment. Like I said, professional, personal, you were sticking on, and which is where universe is like, no, you can't do that. I have to bring this down. There has to be an absolution on this situation for you, Gemini. That is when you will leave that situation. You will boss up on your own terms to take decision to get out of that everyday problems, everyday situation, Some of you could be even going through some kind of medical issues because of this situation, and you don't want it. You really don't want it. You now want to take your decision because you are the boss, don't forget. You are the leader. You have that leadership quality in you, Gemini, where your leadership quality is what you have to use now in order to make that transition in the future happen, right? So you have to take the call on this situation. Because here it is. Because again, you have a commitment with somebody in your life. You definitely have a commitment with somebody in your material world. That could be your spouse, right? Which is when you're married to somebody. But here it is that you don't want to be there. You don't want to be there. You want to make future plans for yourself. Now, you are thinking about this. You're you're bossing up on your own terms because you're becoming more wise in order to make the right decision in your life. Because you have that willpower. It's a Mars energy, it's a Aries. You have that willpower to make things happen. So if you decide that you are going to take this action going forward, whatever the time period is, you will. You will. You will definitely do it, no matter what it is that is not going to stop you, right? But this is where you have had some kind of commitment that was stopping you from moving towards a new cycle of your life, Gemini, right? Which is where the magician comes in. Now you know that you have manifested this person or this commitment. It is you who had manifested this person, this commitment in your life, with whom you're not happy. Now, the Queen of Pentacles could be a man, woman, doesn't matter. But it is somebody who could be a mother figure as well. Somebody who has kids. So you could have got married to this person and you could have also got kids from this figure. So you have manifested this person in your life. You know that, right? This is where you have started the situation, right? Which is where you're becoming aware that if you do not do something about this situation that you have manifested, there has already been a delay here. But intellectually, logically, you're becoming more clear about this person or the situation here, that whatever you have manifested in your life, you have already delayed taking action on this situation. But now it is the time for you to take some kind of an action. And you're becoming very clear about your action situation here, that you need to move. You need to relocate. You need to go somewhere. You need to do something different, right? And this figure can also be your boss if you are in a workplace. So you could have manifested this figure in your life. You could have treated her as your boss for some of you. Okay, but now you're becoming clear that there is something that is not right here. Whatever you have manifested, right? Whatever you had started in your life could be a relationship in the form of personal life, or it could be a relationship in the form of a professional life. It can be anybody, right? But somebody with whom you have worked, you have manifested this situation or this person in your life. But now there is some kind of a situation that you know that you have to work now. Because you have been in observation of this situation for a long time. There is a lot of things you have observed very closely. You know that observation has taken a long time for you. There has been a delay with that observation that you have had. So, but with that observation, a lot of things you have not understood before, you are getting a hang of it right now, right? There is a lot of things that you are intellectually, you are coming to terms with in your life. That if you do not move into the new cycle, right, that will eventually give you a lot of trouble. Because there is a lot of pain with something that you have manifested here, Gemini. Yeah, there is a lot of pain with something you have manifested in your life that now you now know if you do not take action on that situation, you will be the sufferer, basically. So there is a lot of situation that you are working on for your future course in here, Gemini, because it's the beginning of a new cycle. So you are getting ready for something in your life that will take you to a place of peace and tranquility without all these baggages and problems and everyday issues that you are having to face in your life. Let's look at the Wheel of Fortune. I'm curious to see that. Please talk to me about the Wheel of Fortune here. And when the wheel shows up right in the front of your first part of your reading, it is a cycle change, guys. It is definitely a cycle change. And this is the end, the birth and the death, right? Hold on, guys. Wow, the Two of Cups. Okay, yeah, there is a commitment that is changing. There is something that you had been attached with, like I told you, personally or professionally. When you had manifested some kind of situation in your life that is changing right now. Something that you had been committed to or with in your life. For some, you could also be mending a broken relationship you have with somebody else. It also could be that, right? Which will be a start of a new cycle. When you will be mending a broken relationship with somebody that you have not been married to, you have not been committed with, but you want that person back in your life. For some, it also could be that. So, it also could be that you are leaving some old situation here. You're getting out of an old situation to move into a new situation for yourself where there will be a new start to a relationship that will have a lot of dramatic effect on your life. But you have no control on that drama or the dramatic effect. So whatever that effect will be because your fate is demanding that you do this. So for some, it could be leaving a relationship and moving out of an old situation. For some, it could be getting into a new relationship. For others, it could be mending a broken relationship to start something new in your life as well, Gemini. Okay, so there is a change of situation. Now again, personally, professionally, it can be either ways. Let's look at the Six of Swords. It can go either ways, guys. But there is a change of your connection with somebody that you already had previously and you don't want to have it, like I said. But whatever that new connection is that is coming back into your life will only create good results for you, guys. So, but you don't know that, right? So you could be a little bit worried about that situation as well. That you don't know because you can't see the future. But you can believe and you can take decision based on your belief to understand that whatever is happening is beyond your control, but whatever will happen will only bring good results in your life, right? With the Six of Swords, you got the Two of Pentacles. So there is some kind of great changes in store for you in the future, and you know that, okay? For some, it could be an important message, a signing of a document to put an end to a problem, to move away from that problem, right? For some, it could be you have learned a lot from all the challenges in your life, and now you want to move forward towards a new start. But this is somewhere there is going to be an excellent time that is coming up for you, Gemini, where it will be very good for you to start a new project in your life. But you have to also do a lot of research before you jump into that project. Okay, research all the details carefully before you move, because this is your future planning. So you have to do a lot of research on that particular subject before you can eventually jump into it. But be patient. It's important to be patient at this point in time, for all the elements kind of to fall into place. Okay. For some, it could be that whatever project you had stopped working on at one point maybe will come back to your life. It will make a revisit. So some old work, some project that you might have thought about before, but you hadn't been able to pick up on that. It's revisiting you again. But whatever that excellent time is that's coming in your way, for you to allow yourself to start a new project. But before you do that, guys, you have to be patient, organize yourself, do a lot of research, plan on your situation, and then jump into whatever that you are trying to move into for yourself, because then you have a message here from the Page of Cups. So somebody could be telling you about this situation. Somebody could be giving you some kind of information about this project in life. Somebody could be even reminding you of something that you had in your mind a long time before, but you did not work on that. Right? So there could be a message that could be coming to you from somebody who possibly will enter your life for a very short while just to give you that message and then let you work on that. You know what I mean? They won't be there with you throughout the period while you're working, researching. No, they will deliver that important message about whatever the project in life is that you now need to work with or work on. And after that, they will leave you. They won't be here. But whoever this message is coming from, guys, it will be quite a surprise for you, because this will be what you might come to your conclusion that, oh yeah, I had this in mind, but I did not pay attention at that point. So this is something that will again perk your interest, right? You will start to rethink or revisit on that project that you had perhaps deleted from your mind. You were not thinking about that because you were too involved in a lot of day-to-day activities that kept you busy with a lot of issues that you did not have time for anything new in your life. So somebody could be coming in your life to deliver that message and then leave you to work on that, right? They will leave you with that thought and they will leave you with that feeling. That will in turn set your wheels in motion. And you will be like, yeah, actually, why didn't I think about that? That kind of feeling. Why didn't I pay attention? Maybe because you were not ready at that point. Whenever you thought about it, you were perhaps not ready because you had some kind of a commitment. You were attached to it, right? And you could not think about it because that commitment kept you busy And as I explained, it was a part of your tradition that you had to honor that commitment, right? Even though it was a painful commitment, whatever that pain could be for you. So this message could come to you all of a sudden, that will kind of take you by surprise, but it will also keep you busy because it will again recreate that passion and interest in yourself, as you research, as you do find out a lot of things, as your interest kind of picks up and you start working on that situation to see, yeah, maybe I should again revisit that situation and see if I can start something of that kind that I had initially thought, but I had not been able to work on that, right? Please talk to me about the Queen of Pentacles. So this is where you are probably also manifesting back some kind of stability for some of you. You're also manifesting back some kind of stability in your life that will yield you back a lot of result, Gemini. So the situation can go in many different ways. For some, you have manifested somebody in your life with whom you have a commitment, and that has already been delayed on your part to take action on that situation. For some, you are manifesting back that area of your life that brings you back your stability, your health, everything. When you have your home, you can be singular as a person, but you can run your profession. You can be a housewife, yet do everything at the same point in time, right? So some of you guys could be even dealing with your home, but thinking of starting a new business. So you're manifesting back for some a new part of your creative endeavor, right? With the page of wand. There could be some new ideas that is cropping up in your life, in Gemini, towards your stability, right? Now with the page of wand, you also again could be receiving a message from somebody here. That is somebody who is very emotional in their approach towards you, is telling you a lot of emotional thing, but this person has a lot of courage and has a lot of strong convictions. So you could be receiving some kind of message with whatever you have manifested in your life. Somebody could be very emotional about the situation because they see you in a lot of pain and is emotionally supporting you on a situation that encourages and inspires you to be your best now. Somebody's telling you whatever happened, but now you can do your best. You can do your best, whatever that situation has been in your life, with the Knight of Cups. Yeah, this person is bringing in a lot of emotional message to you, Gemini, with regards to a situation in your life that you have manifested. And is helping you to make decisions from your heart. This message that is coming in will help you to make decisions from your heart towards a situation in your life that you are probably not enjoying anymore. This message is opening up your heart because whoever is delivering this message to you is a very, very emotional person by themselves. So as you listen, as you understand that message, your heart is kind of opening up to manifest back something very different in your life, because you are now able to manifest decisions from your heart is more so what I'm getting. And whoever is this personality is very outgoing personality, page of wand, right? And this person is kind of directing you, is what I'm getting, to move and follow your heart desire here. Don't get stuck with some situation in your life that is not making you happy or not making you feel stable in your life. Please talk to me about the magician. Yeah, the wheel here again. Yeah, this person or this message is again taking you towards a new beginning of your cycle in your life, Gemini. It is where they are telling you, the page of wand is telling you that you have seen both the good and the bad. And now is your time to follow your heart desire. Your personal growth, your personal change, where you can turn your destiny, your luck. This is a turning point that some situation, some message is bringing in your life, a turning point to your understanding, and telling you to go with the flow of your heart. Don't stop. Follow your heart, go with the flow of your heart, and do what you want from your heart. So don't stop yourself because of other situations that you have no control on anymore. So now is the time to move in a different direction of your life, to go with the flow of your energy for with the promise of a better future, then wherever life is taking you to, Gemini, will be only for your betterment. That is the fate that you need to bring back in yourself. Right? That is the fate, that is a spiritual understanding. That is a spiritual guidance. Some of you guys could be even getting that kind of spiritual guidance from somebody that is delivering that message to you very emotionally, right? Who encourages you and who inspires others to follow their heart and go with the flow, right? To do what your heart desires, but with the faith or with the understanding that whatever your fate has in store for you will only bring you back your good luck. Right? So that is the energy for you, Gemini, around this portion in time, guys. So get the guidance, follow the energy, understand yourself, know what you are doing, and you will be in the right track. Okay? So enjoy this reading, guys, until I see you once again. Till then, goodbye, God bless, Khuda Hafiz, and Namaste.